So this hose, and this electrical lead costs us almost $1,000. So how much is too much when it comes to caravan accessories? Where do you draw the line? And most importantly, are they actually worth it?
Anyone who's new around here, we are a full-time traveling family. We live in our caravan full-time. So when I tell you that we have had battles with hoses, I'm not joking.
That led us to thinking that there must be a better solution out there, and that's how we came across Flatout hoses. So we decided to give them a crack. We've been running these full-time for the past 8 months now. Long story short, we are really stoked with the product. We are super happy with the purchase. We have seen a few things online where people have had differences of, I guess, opinions with how they work and how they perform. Our opinion with that is that's usually down to a user error and kind of working out the knack for actually how to work around these hoses. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys the setup of the 3 different hoses that we have, and we'll talk through kind of the little ways we've found to work around and make the process a lot easier to use.
One of my favorite things about the Flatout hoses is their storage solution. So we keep all of our hoses in this toolbox on a slide out drawer. Flatout have available these little cradles, and it holds a Sullage electrical and 2 drinking hoses, and it's just nice and compact and neat and doesn't smell. It's a big win for me.
So I thought we'd start first with what I reckon is the most important one. If you're like us, you like being off grid, then water is probably the one where you're at. So everyone wants to have full water tanks. You're always filling up your water tanks. I absolutely love this thing. Super easy. So literally just pull it out. Unclip. All right, we'll go down the back. So one thing to note with these hoses is because they're like a flexible setup that expands obviously when the water runs through it, it's really important, even more so than a normal hose, not to have kinks. If you have kinks, that's where everything goes to tears basically. So you've got to be very careful with your run. So if you've got a shorter run, I find it works better just to you can kind of snake it around in a nice, neat snake. Seems to work really good. But basically, whatever you do, ensuring that you do not have really sharp kinks. If you do that, these things work absolutely flawlessly. One issue that we've had, and I think it's because we're quite high up off the ground, when we try to hook up our WOMO filter to it, we've found that the angle that it faces down is a bit too much of a kink. So what we have done as a solution for that, and we just carry this in the same part of where we carry everything else, just this little hose with some brass fittings on the end, just a little short bit. And we actually use this to run from the hookup for the van into the WOMO filter, and then this just runs on the other side of the WOMO filter, plugs it in straight away. So by doing that, we've found that this works really, really well for us. We have no issues. It did take a little bit of adjustment at the start. Like we were having it it'd expand too much and then kind of blow off the water tank until we worked out the right way to do it. So hot tip, if you're gonna get one of these, probably a good idea to look at doing something like this. But yeah, let's pack this thing up again. All right, so to pack these up, it's as simple as we'll spin this around so we got the little gap, pop it in there, and literally wind it up. So you guys may have seen that we had actually 2 of these sitting in there, and you might be wondering why the hell have they got 2 water hoses? So we actually have a reason for that. So usually we will carry one of these water hoses in the back of our troopy as well. And what that allows us to do, so these are 7.5 meters long. We can use a hose joiner, join them together, and it gives us a run of 15 meters, which is, anyone that's traveled full time would know, like sometimes you just cannot park as close as you really wanted to water points, and you need that extra long run. So we've got that kind of there as a backup. And on the other flip side is we've also got the hose in the back of the troopy, which allows us to fill up the water tanks in the troopy when needed as well. So we've found, although it's like a bit more expense, it is worthwhile to have the 2 hoses for us.
All right, so this is our electrical multi-reel. We have the 2.5 mil, which is a bit thicker. And that is so we can have less voltage drop over a longer run. We do that because we have a full electrical system. We don't run any gas inside our Caravan, so we are reliant on electricity, basically. It's super sturdy. The ability to roll it up neatly like this, super fast as well, is really, really handy. I think Ben has done it in like under a minute. I can't do it that fast, but Ben can definitely do it that quickly. And you just pull it out like this. Super easy, even when you're 38 weeks pregnant.
Now you have to make it all neat.
I've had to recruit Ben to wind this one back in.
This one's a little bit heavier, so Ash struggles a little bit more to wind this one in. But once again, like the other hoses, super easy. Take the end, pop it in, and then you can just wind. Ash has made quite a mess here, but so I'm not sure how this is gonna wind in. What's going on, Ash? And yeah, simple as that. Like honestly, so much easier than trying to like wrap a cord around your elbows or however you do it. I'm sure everyone's got a different way to do it, or you just stuff it in the bloody tunnel boot or something like that. But nice and neat and done. And like as Ash said, the thing that impressed me the most with this is like we've had heaps of different extension leads and everything like that. This one just feels like so heavy duty, super thick. Yeah, it just seems like a really high quality product, which is, yeah, very impressed when I opened this for the first time. So this one is probably, I would say, arguably the biggest difference maker. Like this is the one that I reckon really separates the products from the competition. So this is the Sullage hose. We have the 9 meter version. So it actually comes in, it's a 6 meter and a 3 meter. The reason why they do that is sometimes you don't need a super long run. So it's giving you basically 3 options there. If you just need to do a really short run just away from the van, 3 meters, you can do the 6 meter, or you can join them together. So it actually comes with a joiner. So you can join the two together and then you've got like a longer run. Probably like the only complaint I've heard some people mention with these is they don't believe that the Sullage runs like out of there on its own. And my kind of counter argument to that is, it probably happens exactly the same with those ribbed, with your ribbed Sullage hoses. The difference is you actually can't see it because it's a solid unit. With this, because it's flat, like you can see where there's water sitting in there. But what we find, right, is that as the water builds up in there, so pressure builds up from above, it'll just keep pushing it along and along. And if anything, when you go to pack it up, if you just literally lift it up and just walk it towards the drain point, you literally take the rest of it out. Then when you hook this up again and wind it, it actually squeezes all the rest of the stuff out. So you don't have the excess. Also these plugs for the end. So it's not as much stink. You don't have dirty grey water dripping everywhere. Like I reckon this product is bloody brilliant. You just have to make sure that you lay it out with a bit of common sense. So you don't have big bends. Like it is a flexible hose. So if you pull it out and you have bends like that, like clearly it's going to get blocked up, right? So bit of common sense. Like if you don't need to use a long run, use a shorter hose. And a bit of common sense and just lay it out. It honestly works fantastic. Like we're super happy with this and we haven't had any dramas. Basically super easy to take out like the others. All we do is go along here. I think we've got the 6 meter one at the start because that's probably the one we use most commonly, I would say. Like it's very rare that we have to join them together. Just got to find it. Here we go. So basically got the two together. Rip that off, plug the hose in, literally as easy as that. So we're pretty lucky with how we're in a paddock at the moment. So this is really easy for us to use. So there's no kind of maneuvering around. I'll literally just run this out. Make sure there's no bends.
No bends?
No bends, no bends. And that's it. Like we've been using this thing for like the last 4 weeks straight here. It does a great job, gets the grey water away. Even though we're in a paddock, we technically don't need it, but you really don't want the stinky grey water just sitting underneath the Caravan. So we're using this at the moment, kind of puts it 6 meters away from the van, gives the dog something to run and try to lick up. But yeah, fantastic product, super happy with it. Goes away just as easy as it comes out. Probably the only tricky thing that I'll mention is joining the two hoses together. Because they're wet, it's a little bit slippery sometimes. So you kind of got to really like shove one inside and then wind that bit slowly. Once it gets over that join, then you can just go nuts and wind it up again. But we're super happy with this. This has kept the stink out of like our storage boots and everything like that. So really happy. So guys, that is our little demo of the Flatout hoses. Hopefully the motorbikes going absolutely nuts next door, what I'm watching at the moment, are not interrupting this video too much. Like there's a few lads just absolutely ripping it up on a quad bike. So
it looks like fun.
Oh, it looks amazing. But we really wanted to get this video done now. So hopefully these little mics are doing a good enough job to cut that out.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. But so basically, Flatout hoses, they're a luxury, yes?
Look, can you get by without them? Sure, probably.
100%.
I definitely think it's a case of how much you use them. For us, it makes so much, the convenience makes so much sense because this is a daily thing for us.
Yeah, I think that if you're just a part-time traveler, you know, like traveling a few times a year, like you kind of got to weigh it up. Is the cost worth it for you?
Yeah.
But I reckon for full-time travelers, it's a no-brainer. You can definitely get by without it, but anything that makes your life heaps easier with setup and pack up is a massive win to me. Like I find going into caravan parks and, you know, the whole process, reversing in, setting up, packing up, that it kind of can be a stressful process sometimes, and you always find you're in a hurry to get it done. And these things just make it so much quicker and easier. Actually, a funny one, I might overlay a bit to this. So Ash and I were recently re-recorded an ad for Flatout. So full disclaimer, we've reached out to Flatout and we do some work for them now. So we chased that part, not the other way around, because we love the product so much. But anyway, we recorded an ad for them and we actually did a full setup, the both of us together, and we timed it. And we were able to pack up all 3 hoses together in well under a minute, which, you know, like we were hustling then, and Ash she wasn't quite as pregnant.
I was pregnant though.
You were pregnant, and I just reckon that's so impressive to be able to cut that down in, you know, under a minute just for your pack up. Like if you really need to go to get it done. So
yeah. So I guess like that's our honest opinion for us. It makes so much sense, and I think for full-time travelers, makes so much sense.
As with anything that's kind of different than what you're used to, there is a learning process, and you know, there's little things you got to work out the kinks and work out how to use them, like literally work out the kinks.
Literally work out, like just don't have kinks.
Yeah, and then everything's fine. But we love the product. We're lucky enough to be one of the few people with a discount code for Flatout. So if you guys if this resonates with you and you guys want to give them a crack, I'm going to pop the discount code up on the screen now. I'm also going to put it down in the description. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed checking out a video like this. This is kind of a bit of a different style one from Ash and I. Like we're usually not doing like product-based reviews. But at the moment, we're at home. We're waiting for this baby to come out. We have pretty limited time to make proper videos, but we thought this might be a valuable one for you guys to check out. So I hope you're doing really, really well. Hopefully the next time you see us, we have another addition to the family.
I really hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, Ash has had about enough now, I reckon. So
I'm done.
Thanks, legends. We'll see you soon. Yo.